get some footage of some of the speedrun tech and some of the secrets that not a lot of people might know about. So I'm like, all right, yeah, let's do it. Would have been great if it was in Super 16. I know, right? So we can see here in the North American version of the game, there's no run on top of the world mini-game fun secret thing here like there was in the Japanese version, sadly. They took it out. So that's kind of a bummer. Even though it served no purpose. It is kind of weird that they decided to take it out though. Because, I mean, just, I don't know, like, why would they? I mean, they didn't feel like translating something, or they didn't feel, I don't know, like, I don't know why it would have been more work. It seems like it would have been almost more work to take it out than to just leave it in. But maybe they had a reason that I'm not thinking of for that. Alright, so again, the subterranean trap. This is where one of the biggest make or break moments of the speedrun happens right here. Got it first try. We skipped the trap. That saves like 10 to 12 seconds, I think, over failing it and having to go back around. Forgot how to guarantee the forward boost there. Hold on, I gotta make sure I remember. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. I used to have a pattern for flips there that would basically guarantee I would get knocked forward instead of knocked back, which is useful for the speedrun, because it used to feel random, but I came up with a way that was pretty consistent that you would always get knocked forward. Oh no. Alright, let's try again. This is one of the hardest screens to do quickly in the speedrun. There we go, getting knocked forward there. No! Can't be too close to the wall when you do that either, so that's tricky. Alright, let's see if I can do the really fast juggle. So that's the interesting thing about this game, is the enemies can be juggled even after they have taken enough damage to where they will die. So like you can see if I headbutt this enemy, he poofs, disappears when he hits the ground. So I did enough damage to kill him, but while his body's still in the air, as long as it doesn't hit something, it can be juggled, which can make for some interesting speedrun strats where you can juggle bodies like that and get to places that you normally wouldn't be able to quickly. That screen and the Drool's Tower screen are probably the two biggest examples of that. Yeah, I hope this makes it into Super 16 soon. Alright, so this is what's called the lake skip, or what I call the lake skip, where you throw down the rage letters. So you don't want to turn into a crab on this screen because it takes a really long time to go, like, to get a candy to not be a crab. And if you want to play it safe, you can just wait for those blocks. But if you want to go fast, you can use the rage letters to sneak underneath them before they can even crush you into a crab, so that saves a few seconds in the speedrun. It's not a huge time save, but it's something. Alright, so into the pyramid. Let's see, what can we show off here? Alright, so here's where we play the minigame again because it's faster than going all the way around and through the flower maze screen to just play the minigame and beat it as quickly as possible without worrying about the items. But in this version, the North American version, I'll show you if I'm mashing the buttons at the end here, I can skip that text, and it's much faster than the Japanese version. That is one of the big differences between the two versions. As far as speedrunning goes. It's not that big of a deal casually. But here, on the North American version, I'll try and show it. So, when I'm about to hit this candy, you can see there, I actually hit the candy before I actually hit the ground. Like, it almost looked like the candy kind of phased. Like, there were two candies that I collided with. That's kind of interesting. I never actually noticed that before. But I grabbed the candy before touching the ground. And when that happens on the North American version, if you hold right, you won't get squashed right away. The block, you have to wait an extra cycle for the block to squash you, which is a like 4.5 second time loss in the speedrun. But sometimes you get lucky. It's just based on like a collision frame rule. See, there's the candy. There, that time I did touch the ground and it squashes me first try. And I did come up with a backup though. If you get the unlucky collision, you can flip in midair and still get squashed. It's difficult to do, but at least there's still a chance. Oh, you have to jump. I forgot about that part. You gotta do flip, flip, jump. I didn't jump again. Flip, flip, jump. There we go. I can still get squashed on the first cycle, but it's kind of tricky. Whereas on the Japanese version, that's just free. You always get squashed first try. Alright, so here, it's just an auto-scroller where we get the warp panel. These tokens being on screen generate a lot of lag. So the speedrun strat is, you can't scroll the screen any faster, but you can flip over and collect all of the panels here just to get them off the screen and prevent them from creating lag. So even the ones that give you negative effects, as counterintuitive as it feels as a gamer to grab the power downs, in the speedrun you want to do it. And every time you grab a token that damages you, you go into iframes, and you're not able to collect more panels while you're in iframes, so you do have to leave some of the panels behind. And you do want to prioritize grabbing the power-ups before the power-downs, just because the power-ups won't put you into iframes. But it's kind of a subtle thing, but it actually can save several seconds by reducing the lag frames in this screen. Like here, grab the power down, then the power up. The Nan tokens actually don't despawn. They are my favorite tokens though. Oh, the warp is gonna, okay. Oh, the warp almost despawned on me there. That would have been a little bad. So I don't really think I don't think there's anything too interesting in Act 4 worth showing off. It is fun, but the speedrun is just an optimized version of what you would expect to see in the casual experience. So there's not too much to show there that you probably wouldn't already see from other people's casual playthroughs. Other than, you know, fighting the boss on a casual playthrough, they do sort of bait you into not being able to keep the blue candy for the boss, but if you grab the yellow candy first, then you can get the blue candy and take it into the boss room. They put a blue candy on the ground and then they put a yellow candy in midair, such that if you grab the blue candy, you'll grow and then your hitbox will immediately collide with the yellow candy and you'll shrink again. It's kind of a dirty trick on their part, but so you have to think through it and grab the yellow candy first, so that when you grab the blue candy, you don't immediately grab the yellow one after. Because you do more damage as Big Bonk. I guess that's why it's important. You can jump higher and do more damage as Big Bonk compared to regular size Bonk, so that's why it's super useful in that boss fight. But we're gonna skip Act 4 for now. I'll show some of the stuff in Act 5 and 6. Still my favorite music track in the game, this one. So I'm glad we get a couple minutes of it. Even though it is just an auto-scroller where nothing's going on. That track makes it worth it. Alright, so here... Alright, there's a couple things I think I can show. First of all, down in this pit, sort of interesting, there's these plant enemies. And I think these plant enemies are actually in like Bonk's Revenge or Bonk 3. I think they are kind of a reference to one of the other games. But they are one of the enemies that can eat you. So this is the flycatch. And then I think that in that pit is the only place they appear in the game. But like I said, I think they're a reference to a previous Bonk game. Their insides are quite straightforward. Just a... like a stomach, and then that's it. Oh, I was gonna see if I could juggle him all the way up. So yeah, there are 5 enemies that can eat you then. I wasn't 100% sure about the flycatch there, but... we haven't seen the, this guy. Is it the Path? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Path's body. Actually, this may be the only one we're missing. So maybe just 4. But still, it's kind of cool that they have several different enemies that can eat you, and they all have different layouts for the inside. Just a neat detail that they really didn't have to do in this game, but did anyways, just to make it more fun. Alright. If I want to show the speedrun strats, though, I need to grab both meats. Hold on a second. Let me do this again. Actually, I think that would have been fine, but let's just... hold on. Alright. So, as far as speedrunning goes, the fastest known way, let's see here. There's a glitch that we can use in the boss rush here. Okay, what do I usually do? I have to remember how I actually do it first. I think I need a ground pound to clear the propeller guy. Did that clear him? No, he's too far away there. I have to get up the top of the waterfall. But yeah, if I can clear this propeller guy and grab the blue candy without taking damage, there's a glitch that is used to do the boss rush. There we go. Ground pound to get rid of him. We'll see if I have enough on my power-up to even do this now. Actually, let's just reset in case I don't. Alright. So if we grab the blue candy while we're in our power-up... Oh no. I forgot the save state was gonna glitch this one out. Dang, that's unfortunate. I can't go back either. Hold on, maybe if I clear this screen and then reload the save state. Alright, so normally when we beat this boss, if you go into a yeah, let's see if I can actually reload it from here now. Ah, it's still messed up. That's unfortunate. Alright, well. Super Duper will just have to do some good editing here at the end of this. Because when I beat it, it turns back to normal. Alright, so when you beat this boss, if you start transitioning into your invisibility as the boss dies, it'll let you turn invisible, but the game forgets to set the timer to make the invisibility wear off. So at this point, I now have infinite invisibility. The invisibility will never wear off because I started going into the invisibility form while the screen was transitioning. And that causes the game to forget to set the timer for it to wear off. The nice thing about this is, not only do I not take any damage, but I'm doing extra damage for being in my full power-up form, and the full power-up would normally expire after a certain amount of time, but this way I can keep it for the entire boss rush. Which is really nice. So I can, you know, like this boss is actually really annoying to do without taking damage, but when you're invisible you can't get hit, so you can just easily kill the boss and you're doing a lot of extra damage from being powered up. So we can play through the entire boss rush this way. And it is quite a bit faster than any alternative way of doing the boss rush. I'm trying to remember to... I don't want to screw up the... I don't want to make a save state and screw up this boss. This one you have to, the boss's iframes last just long enough after you bounce off of it that you can't just immediately bounce up and down on top of it. And in this form, you can't flip to delay your descent. So you kind of have to land on those platforms and jump back on the boss again a few times. Is this a real game? Yes, sponge baths. Oh, I missed. Getting stuck underneath here is really bad. Alright, let me, where did I have the save state? Dang, I wanted to at least move it forward after this boss. That's alright, I'll play through these two again real quick. I'll remember to make one after I clear this boss. Maybe I can kill this boss a little more efficiently this time. So I need to land on the platforms in between kills or bounce off the little fans. So I jump on the platform, then bounce, bounce off the fan, bounce, bounce off the fan. There we go. You can see how fast that kill is compared to any alternative without the power-up. This is where my eyes emote comes from too, for anyone wondering. There we go, boss dead already. It's pretty quick. But here's the biggest reason why this strat saves time, is because to fight this final boss, they put a yellow candy right here. They're trying to force you to fight this this next boss as normal size bonk or as small bonk. You can jump over it with small bonk, but the idea is they designed it so that they do not want you to be able to grab a blue candy up here to become big bonk, and then go down here and fight the final boss. You cannot fit through this as big bonk without grabbing the yellow candy. But if you're invisible, you don't collide with the candy, and you can go in here as big bonk. And big powered up bonk. And this boss is like one of the slowest bosses in the game. And it normally takes a lot of hits, and every time you hit this boss, he goes around in the back. He does this whole spinning around, going into the background and coming back. It's like 10 or 15 seconds minimum for each hit that you get on this boss before he becomes vulnerable to another hit again. So every time you can cut a cycle off of this boss is a huge time save. And one of the other things that's weird about this boss is for some reason it allows you to hit him once with bonk and then once with an object in the same cycle. And throwing a flower at him is an object. Also, if you were small bonk, you could shoot your rage letters. That counts as an object. So you can get one hit with bonk and one hit with an object. But you have to hit him with bonk first and then the object, not the other way around, or it doesn't work. So the fastest way to kill this boss is you come in here with the invisible, fully powered up bonk and a flower on your head. And you stand at just the right spot. You whack him with the tail, and then you hit him with the flower. And I think I missed there. So let's try that again. So I want to actually show off the 2-cycle kill on this boss. So we grab the flower. I want to line it up, I think right there. That's a good spot. I use the smoke coming out of Bonk's head as a visual cue. Alright, hit him with the tail, hit him with the flower. And of course I'm invisible, I can't be hit, so I can just stand here while he's doing his thing and kind of line up the next hit. Grab a flower again. Wait for him to spin around the background. He becomes vulnerable right after his little medallion spins. Boom. And now he's dead in 2 cycles. And that's a huge time save over 3 cycles or more. Like 15 seconds faster than a 3-cycle kill, but without that object, hitting him once with a bonk and once with an object trick, it used to take 5 or 6 cycles to kill him on, depending on if you were playing on Japanese or North American. He had less health on Japanese, so it would only be a 5-cycle kill there and a 6-cycle kill on North America, but now we can get as quick as a 2-cycle kill. So a lot of time has been shaved off of that boss rush compared to the days of old.